Good morning. Happy Monday. Oh, I'm a little crooked. There we go. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And today we're going to do a lap. And I'm just wondering, I'm just going to kneel down here because it's a little bit easier. I'm wondering if anybody out there has always got like sore neck and shoulders, like you've got a headache all the time, there's tension up here, and you're just tired and you feel like, oh, I could really use a massage. Anybody out there feeling like that a lot of the times or some of the times? Yeah, I think most of us are. And there's good reason why. And it's, as you, I'm sure you already know, it's from like being on your phone, being on your computer, driving in the car, and we're some variation of this posture here where you're kind of like rounded in the shoulders and your neck is sticking out and it's just like all this tension built up back here. And that's exactly the reason why is because of our modern society, right? So we're on our phones, all this technology is making, I even notice actually when you walk down the street, when people are not on the phone and walking down the street, they're actually walking like this with their heads looking down on the ground. Can you imagine this is what we're becoming even when we're not on our phones? Well, that's exactly what's happening to us. So there's one really super simple exercise that you can do to help with that alignment, to take the pressure off the back and shoulders. And oftentimes when you are feeling some sort of discomfort in your body, especially if you haven't had anything traumatic happen to you, like you didn't fall and trip and hurt your knee, or you didn't bang into anything, or you didn't break anything or sprain anything, oftentimes it means that there's an imbalance going on in your body. So something is overworking, or what, a muscle group that's overworking and a muscle group that's underworking. So guess what's overworking in this case? Right here in those traps, right? So this is what we're like all day long. So always think about long neck and spine. You always want to push those shoulders down, okay? Always think long neck and spine on a day-to-day basis, whether it's during exercise or just from, sitting in front of your computer, being on your phone, and so on and so on. So you want long neck and spine. You don't want short neck. This is where all the tension is, and this is what's being overengaged. Is this muscle called the trapezius, particularly in the upper portion, which basically connects from the top of bottom of your head, goes into a triangle, and then it connects back down here into the upper spine area, okay? So the idea here is when I look at people, okay, women, people, whoever, is when you look at them on a profile, is that we're like this, okay? Our necks are forward, our ears are forward. That's typically not in alignment. So ideally what you want to be is you want your ears lined up with your shoulders. Okay, so this is a really simple exercise. And when we think about alignment, you don't want to be pushing your neck down. You want to be pushing your head back in space, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to kneel down here so it's a little bit easier to see. And I'm just going to exaggerate here a little bit, and we're kind of like this, right? So that means long and weak, short and tight at the front. So all you really need to do is always keep your eyes on the horizon. Okay, so we all know where the horizon is, right there. And you want to push your head back in space, and you want to try and align your ears to your shoulders. Now, that may not be possible for everyone to line their ears up, but you want to get to it as close as possible, okay? I'm not even sure if my ears, I know for sure that I'm a variation of this as well, just like everybody else is. And you want to aim for, and I always like to put my finger on my chin just to kind of give yourself some feedback in terms of what this feels like. And the muscle that we're actually trying to engage are these deep neck muscles here. Not just the superficial muscles, but the deep neck muscles, okay? And the key here is to hold it as long as you can until you feel that engagement before you release. Oftentimes when I teach exercises, people are just moving. They're just doing reps as quickly as they can. Yeah, no. Not when you get to this age. You want to be a little smarter and you want to get the most out of your exercise and learn how to connect with your body by feeling the muscle that we're actually trying to engage. And if you're on here live, please say hi. And please tell me who you are because I can't actually see who the person is. And if you're watching this on a replay, please type in replay for me. All right, so putting your finger on your chin, doesn't matter which finger, and just pulling your head back and keeping your eyes on the horizon. So if you just pick a spot somewhere in front of you, that's a good place to start. And just pulling your head back, lining up your ears to your shoulders as much as possible until you feel these front neck muscles working. And you do this multiple times a day, and you're gonna take the pressure off of those shoulders, and you're gonna get less headaches, okay? So how many should you do? Well, whatever you got time for. How long should you hold it? Until you feel these deep neck muscles engage, and that's gonna help us creating that balance, muscle balance between the front and the back, the posterior and the anterior, okay? So these are overworked, these are underworked. Okay, so that's your tip for today. Let's get rid of those headaches because they are no fun. All right, see you soon. Bye, see you next week.